Hey everybody, ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, Zach Joyner, Kelly McDaniel here. Kind of a Make Mine Mayday, Spidey Dude, Radio Network, uh, very quickly put together video here
Yeah.
today. So for circumstances beyond my control, I could not get access to my mailbox because I needed the mailbox key. I finally got my mailbox key in, and so we got some stuff in, and we got swag. And it's not just me, it's Kelly too. So here's the box, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is the box. It says, "To the biggest Spider-Girl fan I know, Merry Christmas, Kelly." And didn't sell them to me. Oh, so there's a wow. There's a whole pooling system. It says pool.
Oh.
So let me read the letter first.
Okay, yeah. Read the letter first.
Yeah. So this is from Mr. Comics 89. He sent me a box. It's for me and Kelly, but it was sent to me. So he says, "Hey, Zach and Kelly, Merry Christmas to both of you this year. It's been a tough year for him and his family personally, and podcasts and YouTube shows like ours and Crawl Space have helped help him keep his sanity with everything that life has thrown at all of us for the last 3 years. He reached out with these two gifts, one for you and the other for Kelly. One for me and one for Kelly. I hope you don't mind forwarding on Kelly's gifts, and I hope you both love your gifts. Thanks again for everything you've done in bringing great content to us, and for you, Zach, and being on my show and podcast. Need you to have back on soon for the part 2 on Ben Reilly. Take care. Merry Christmas." And he said, P.S. I hope you can open the gifts live on your next Make My Mayday show. I'd love to see your reactions live. So
yeah, and we decided not to do a show and just pop on since we don't know how long it was sitting in the mailbox. And
yes, and we always cognizant of the time period. He reached out to me several weeks ago, and I just like I say, I hadn't had a chance to get to the mailbox until today. So, all right, without further ado, I will pull this tab, and this was very well packaged, by the way. I have to give him a lot of credit.
I mean, that's good. Didn't have where your Samsung watch comes from Amazon 2 days late and was definitely open. Thanks, Amazon.
Thanks, Amazon. He says, "Merry Christmas. I made this just for you. Thank you for being on my channel and podcast. Best wishes, Mr. Comics 89, aka Matt." So this one's clearly mine.
Heck.
All right. Okay. Oh wow. Oh wow. It's a canvas.
Ooh, canvas.
Yes. It
is it something Matt painted?
Yes. So it's a Scarlet Spider.
Aw.
So it says, "Merry Christmas, Mr. Comics 89." He did this he painted this all the way back in October.
Yeah.
This is the canvas.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool.
I'll have to find a spot of prominence on the back wall. Where I'll put it, but I'll put it somewhere very, very prominent. That's really cool. That's really nice. Yeah. Really, really
very
nice.
awesome.
All right. So do you want me to open yours? I think I know what's yours.
Yeah, I think once I realized, I was like, oh, wait, it's stuff he painted. I think I know which one it is, but that's awesome.
Yes. All right. So I'm just going to use the knife. I will repackage this the same way it was packaged there, Mr. Comics. I will use the same, try to use the same materials. All right. So it says, "Merry Christmas, Kelly, to the biggest Spider-Girl fan he knows." That makes a lot more sense. All right. So you can see it through the bubble wrap.
Yes. Very awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really, really cool.
Really awesome. Thank you.
Yes, that is super, super sweet of you, man, to make that and send that to both of us. I will be getting this to Kelly as soon as I can. So may not be till later on next week, but
we'll wait. We'll wait till after the Christmas insanities to do post office things.
And while we got the live stream on, I do want to acknowledge what Vinkman sent me. I know.
Yeah.
but he sent me the 4K movie collections, 4K Ultra HD. These are the books, where they have like different things on the insides.
Yeah,
So
cool.
cool.
Yeah. Vinkman also sent me a package. I did get it. I just haven't posted photos, so I do appreciate it, Vinkman. Obviously not with me.
Yeah, because
That the I think it's the 70s or early 60s or like late 60s, early 70s, but the Migos Spider-Man is currently braving like weather down in that basement. So I'm pretty sure he'll be all right. He's by the heat, like he's by the space heater that I didn't unplug, but
yeah,
oh,
hopefully everything's cool.
yeah.
And
Well, I doubt if like it'll be a fire issue. I'm more worried about busted pipes.
you
But
and me,
we'll
you
we'll
both.
we'll here's hoping. It's not the coldest it's ever been. I think it's the coldest weather Atlantic's experienced in like a decade. So I know
Mhm.
that the building's been up. So just as long as everybody does right, we're good. I'm concerned about the city because Atlanta doesn't do well below 30. It just
Neither
doesn't.
does Houston, and Houston is losing its collective mind right now. So, and I am flying to the northern part of Texas, so it's like I'm going to be flying to Canada tomorrow.
You're not no, Canada's like negative, like
Well, the wind chills are negative right now.
yeah, well, I know. No, I know. Like it's everywhere. I think down here, it's get where my mom is. It's gonna be in the 20s.
Yeah, so I think tonight.
Like the nephew thinks it's going to snow.
Oh,
No, he can wish for what. You know what? This is all his fault. He wished for a white Christmas.
for some, it is
It
like
is.
Ryan. He just got back from shoveling.
Yeah.
So, all right. Yes, Neil, Zach, and Kelly have each gotten our gifts. So,
Yeah. Yes.
Oh.
We're all good. I just don't have photos of anything because I got it and then ran down here.
Yes. So
So
he got me various Marvel Legends, the Shocker, Amazing Fantasy 15, Spidey, Kingpin, Hammerhead. Ben Riley's missing his head right now, but Ben Riley.
already broke it.
No, I was doing a head swap to see how it looked.
Okay.
So Jonah, Silk. This has been one of my grails for a long time. And then Spider-Man from the Japanese and the Mark 1 armor. So
Isn't he like the harbinger of hell? Like,
yes, the emissary from hell. Yes.
yeah, there we go. Emissary.
Yes. And these are the first ones that I've seen that are pinless, so I thought that was really cool.
Okay.
I haven't had. So what that means is like this is the body, the Silk body is the body that I hope if they do a reissue with Mayday that they do, because she's got double jointed elbows and
Yes.
there's no pins in them. So
We'll see. I mean, right now all the Spider Girl Funko Pops are $5. So
yeah, I'll be getting mine this weekend. Finally.
hopefully.
Oh, yes, because my dad keeps forgetting. He has a whole box of my stuff, and he keeps forgetting to give it to me. So I was like, you know what? I'm flying up. I'll just take it whenever
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, all of them are on sale at Pop in a Box for $5. They're not pre-order, so that you should get them in less than a year.
Yeah, they're also on Amazon, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure because there's something going on with Pop in a Box. I think they're gonna start shutting down their doors sometime in 2023.
Yeah, it's gonna be a website
Seems,
this year.
yeah,
Website.
it seems.
So and I was kind of bummed because Dorkside did some things that nobody else did. Like they would take 2-packs and they would sell the individual figures.
Yeah.
And nobody else did that. So I'm hoping. Now I can tell you that according to the leaks that were released online, Spider Girl is not in the plans, but there's been a few things that Mr. Comics, he's in the chat. Hey,
Yay!
Mr.
Thank
Comics.
thank you, Matt. We will figure out a way to get the canvas to me.
Yes, I will. I will use a lot of bubble wrap. So, super thankful. This was really, really cool. We wanted to make sure that we did this before, you know, it got to, because we're not going to be doing another show until like early 2023. So, like I say, sorry it took so long to get all the stuff here, but yeah, no. I hope that there'll be a Mayday.
Okay. You did kind of skip ahead. So we're reading Michael Reed's comment. You can probably put it up. I'm not logged in, so I can't do it. Okay.
Oh.
But yeah, like you said, there is no Spider Girl in the leaked toy list, even though to me it's like at this point there's been so many delays, it's really not a leak. It's been too long because the toys have been manufactured and are just sitting and waiting. But yeah, there wasn't an intention. I could see maybe since Baby Mayday did get a large welcome that I don't think was fully expected. Like it's funny because it seemed like Lord and Miller definitely was like expecting that, but I don't think Sony was because they're like it's a baby. So we'll see if extra toys come out after the movie. Probably sometime in the summer.
If they're not released in the summer, they'll be announced like in San Diego or
ish. Normally there's the lead time on toy creation.
Well,
it's gonna be late. Like I would assume it'd be like plushies and it'd be later. But
if they do like a Marvel Legends, that was more awesome.
Oh yeah. No, there's no Marvel Legends. Not for this. No, like she might be like a little. She's gonna be like that dog that Brad was so excited about. Miss Lion. Yeah, from.
Even though
that's gonna be your baby May. It's gonna be like tiny size to put in the baby Bjorn. That's what you're getting. Like it's not. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like I always sound like a negative Nancy when I'm like, all right, guys, like put a stop on it because you'll have to like think like it's a baby. We're not getting, and that's another thing too. It's a baby. It's not our Spider Girl. It's not going to be our Spider Girl. That's why she can look different. I personally have a little bit of an issue with the two colored eyes because of that girl off TikTok that faked it. And like how it became a trend for teenagers to like put a one colored contact in their eye and fake that crap. It bugs me. It's very fake and it doesn't feel like something we know May would do. Like I don't know. It's very weird. But the whole thing is I understand them doing it, I guess. It girl status when they were doing the design, I guess, but I'm just kind of, it's not our Mayday. It is a baby. Like, it's legitimately a baby. So I don't know why everyone's like, oh my God, yeah, Mayday, I know her. And then they like don't. And I'm also just like, it's not the same character, y'all. It won't be. And that's okay.
Yeah, like, this is. Well, and it's like everybody seeing the Spectacular Spider-Man in the poster.
It's like, in the poster. It's in the poster. And literally, like, yeah, maybe they got Josh Keaton to do a line or two. Like, I hope so. That'd be cool. But it's going to be a glorified cameo. We have enough characters in that roster to begin with. People forget that, like, Spider-Verse as a whole, like, comic thing had years and years and years and years and years of backstory. And like you might not have known it, but you could go back and read it and see doing that on your own time is a little bit different than having a set timeline for a movie.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of things in the background, and that's because they know you're watching the background. You're not going to get that one-on-one time you think everyone's thinking they're going to get. There's too much. Like you have to think about time. And these
Yeah,
movies are like the movie has been cut into 2 movies already.
yeah, it's this has been in development for 4 years, guys. Like they started development on this pretty much when the first movie was released. So this stuff takes time, like you say, and so just we have to temper our expectations a little bit. And I think that it's cool. It's great that they have the acknowledgement. It was cool to see like Spider-Man Unlimited in the group shot. You know, I know people were freaking about. Everybody's got their one. I have the Scarlet Spider that I'm freaking out about, and he's pretty prominent front and center. He's not in the trailer. You know, not in the trailer.
Which is a tell, but I think that's because he's probably going to play a bigger role in part 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
I kind of feel that way too.
Okay. And this is my thing. And you know, we saw there is clearly a Spider Girl. It's not the one that we had somebody in our Discord claim was it when it was Superior, sir. But you know, we saw Mayday. We saw her suit walking like she, you know, she is in that background too. That doesn't mean that we might not get some kind of glorified cameo featuring just, you know, a voiceover artist. Like it could be Laura Bailey. Like we could get somebody that's done a Mayday-esque voice before doing some, you know, a quick nod and acknowledgement, move on, because this series is going to focus about their characters and their Mayday, which is again a baby. I don't think we're going to see a teen Mayday in this movie. I don't think we need to.
No,
so,
I mean,
there's enough teenagers in Miles and Gwen. Don't need another one.
It's like you might see it in the second one. I mean, you just don't. We just don't.
I think it's going to be a glorified camp. Like if we see it, it's going to be a glorified cameo. Like I think I've explained this. Like I think Peter B. Parker is probably going to lose the baby at some point because shenanigans and child, you know, cartoons tend to do that. And then maybe he questions his ability of being a good dad and can run in like we saw Annie and Spinneret.
Yep.
You know, we saw, like I said, we saw Mayday walk in. So maybe, you know, maybe there's a quick, like I said, quick nod there. I just don't, she's not going to be front and center. We're not getting that. This is Miles's story. Like, I think everyone's kind of getting lost in the details and are forgetting the point of the sequel just a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely is one of those that you everybody's going to have their favorites. There's going to be people that are disappointed. Just enjoy the ride and the fact that they've went back and they did the research to try to include as many characters as they could possibly include, as well as create their own and do their own thing. Like,
yeah,
I mean, the first one, I think I didn't see it in theaters. I'll be honest, but I'm going to go see this. See, I just happened to miss out on it, and there was things going on at the time. But like,
I went all in, and I remember because I remember thinking like, okay, it'd be really cool if she pops up, but I was also terrified because this is how I always am. It's you know, it's always be careful what you wish for.
Oh, trust me, I'm experiencing that.
I know. So you understand. But like, you know, I've been that way for a long time after the first Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. But it was great because to me, I saw a lot of care, and ultimately, like, it is just technically the perfect script. It is the perfect editing, the perfect movie. And that meticulousness, you know, is, I know, being given here because now they've set the bar so high. Like, for them to try and top themselves, which I know Lord and Miller like to do, it's gonna be hard. They're not going to just give you fans. These are not two writers, two creators that are going to give you fan service for fan service. Y'all got to get that out of y'all's heads. Everybody does. I'm so sick and tired. I mean, I've gone on these rants before. I'm sick and tired of it. The fan service has to be earned.
Well, and it's like you look at like No Way Home and you look at like Batman movie, things like Billy D. Williams playing Two-Face. That's fan service, but it worked.
Oh, you're talking about the voice.
The Lego Batman movie.
Okay, yeah, but and well, see, and that's a little bit different too. That's a Lego movie, and they particularly go into the like that is fantasy, that is kids playing, and once you understand that all of that's kids playing, it opens itself up for some absurdity. But even then, your script and your story, like the voices might be pure fan service, pure absurdity. The story you're given is still good. Like you still have a solid story with a story to tell. That's not the tone in this in Spider-Verse. Like the tone, like there's a large family aspect to it. And I think they're being very while I know they didn't have to get Marvel's permission to use May because Sony has had her in their bag for a while, long time, almost as long as she's been created. So, it's definitely like this is kind of a bold move to even bring the baby in, knowing what we know and how Marvel likes to act with Spider-Man. So making him a dad, even though they hinted at it, making him a dad is the most logical choice for a sequel. But two, it opens up the playing field for them to be able to show you how, again, everyone can be Spider-Man in all of their walks of life and different stuff. And that's exactly what they're doing. And that's kind of the whole point. It's like, we love our girl. We want more of our Mayday Parker. But it's kind of like that bitter pill to swallow of we're not going to get her in a movie. We're not going to get her in a cartoon. We're not going to get what we're getting from rereading the Spider-Girl comics. I mean, I'm neck deep in citing all of my sources for every single inconsistency and issue, like organic webs. I'm right on that, and I called it, and y'all, and ProGoat was like, maybe not. No, come on. Can I hear it, Zach? Like you know it after that part forward. That was organic webs.
That was organic webs. There's too many. Like, had there been something in the art, because I mean I'll have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure we saw
it's something like I keep going. No, it's organic. She was not wearing the web shooters in the arcade. So again, there, I'm currently writing that out for everyone, and anyone who wants to post it, it will be allowed because I don't care. I think that it definitely needs to be seen by some people because I'm mad, and I'm mad because, again, as I've stated multiple times, I know that a lot of not newer, I need to stop saying newer when I mean younger. But a lot of younger fans have kind of argued with me. They said they don't care just as long as Mayday is around, and this means she's around. But I take issue because these are things that if they're not corrected and they're not explained on how wrong they are, it will become the new normal. And that's not the legacy that it pisses on the legacy.
So my thing is
DeFalco and Co. And I can't let that stand. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about it is,
but lack of my decorum, because I was like, I should have said that with a little bit more respectful flourish, but I'm still pretty angry.
Here's my thing. When Jerry Conway took over for Stan Lee, there's an enormous amount of responsibility to take that baton and respect what came before him and take that ball and run with it, right? When Conway, passed it on, and everybody that passed on up until really 1998, whenever they did the reboot, everybody kind of felt like that it didn't matter what book it was, that when you took on that book, you understood that there was a level of consistency for what you're doing. Now, granted, Clone Saga. I understand people being upset by what happened in it, but you still had people that respected the what came before.
Well, yeah, well, to an extent, there was always times where things like, I mean, because you can bring up the um Carol Danvers stuff of the 80s that
Right.
could not really be talked about. And one of the large weird reasons I was like, I'm gonna be Rogue for the Marvels movie. That makes sense, right? That's not a deep cut. Cartoon. I can't but
Yeah,
there's different things there. Like
there
there's
is some.
always there's a give and take, but like I said, the thing is we have, we're right off the heels of the 25th shelf date anniversary of What If 105. We're reaching the 25th year of Spider-Girl. And yeah, the majority has been one creative team the entirety of its run. And then disaster happened. Uh
And then the Dark
'cause-
Age. Yeah.
yeah, well, because like I said, we've talked about Till We're Blue in the Face, and we'll talk about it deeper than that. But obviously, like we didn't appreciate the tragedy that Slott felt was needed when it really wasn't. But we go into that, and then you have Web Warriors who just did not. I'm sorry, I will never forgive the. I'm going to create 100 finger sandwiches for Electros. Why were you in the kitchen for hours making sandwiches? Anyway, um, and in the little different stuff, like we've had some wins, we've had some losses. That's okay. But right here, this was kind of the first time we had her highlighting her own story since 2010. And it was written by a writer who, I'm sorry, did not do her research.
Yeah.
And that to me showed lack of care. And then again, I've gone into it on the paywall of Crossface about how I felt like it was a slap in the face by someone who claims that they are a comic historian. And that's kind of why I'm delayed on finishing my writing, because I'm trying my best to be as respectful and kind as possible to this person that I do not know. Because I do not want to remotely even look like I am making a personal jab at her, because that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I want to make sure everyone understands this is not 982, and maybe the marketing at Marvel should change that. Just say it's a Spider-Girl story and be done, because that's fine. Like I was making jokes, it's the Raimiverse. It you know what? That's what it is. Like to me, that's what it is. It's your unofficial Spider-Girl movie in the Raimiverse. How about that?
There you go.
Actually, I'd be okay with that.
Well, hello, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
We have a new. Oh, Jess, this is our Patreon. I think this is our Patreon subscriber. Hello, Jessica.
Oh, hi. So yeah, so this is just we're doing a little quick episode to see what Matt had painted for us, which was really cool.
So we got this.
And yeah, and you showed off Binkman's gift to you, and I at least said I have it. I do have it, just not here.
Also, I do have to
and-
acknowledge another person.
Yeah.
Because this is not the HasLab, but since he got the HasLab, Greg sent me his old Toy Biz.
Nice. Cool.
And when we were reviewing Dark Web, I was glancing into his eyes, deep, longingly thinking, "Please just eat the world," because I hate this story. And so,
I mean, that's fair. I literally, like, honestly, I've tuned out of anything unless I am told, "Hey, I want you to review this,"
unless
and then I do my bare minimum until this is over.
Of the crawl space, commands you to come in and be,
it's not a command. I could say no. It's more of just like I will do bare minimum. I cannot. but yeah, like we've had a lot of little Spider Girl updates since we decided to take a break. Maybe that's what it is. If we say we're taking a break, all of this stuff will just flood in, better or worse. But
It seems that way with all of the stuff because like we launched Voices from the Eerie, then the comic book came out, and then all the action figures came out for Gargoyles. We talked about doing a Spectacular Spider-Man show. Then we got the Blu-ray. When we started CSC, we were begging for trade paperbacks, and then we got those. And we were hoping, with
right.
Make My May, we were hoping that we'd get all these new collections, and then we got the complete collection so far. So
yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully we'll get an announcement on that soon. But as I've told everybody on that too, for Volume 5 of the complete collection, it's okay if it's delayed. Just chill out for a second. It's not over until they say so.
Yes.
And so it's okay that nothing's been announced. It's been delayed like 3 or 4 times in the last 3 years, so we can chill for a second.
No news is good news right now, just considering everything that's been going on. So
yeah, well, I mean, too, the complete collections are like the contract for those are ending, so it is entirely possible that it might not be completed, but it's going to be okay. I'm sure that they will redo it somewhere else. It's very clear, especially from the movie announcement, that people want Mayday. There is a lot of Mayday love. It's just different versions of Mayday. Right now, it's mostly like, oh my god, baby, which is fine. It's like Baby Yoda. It's okay. So yeah, we'll see what we get.
I was gonna do a Yoda impression, but I'm like, wait, that's I still have a Walkman, and I know I'm way behind.
No, the baby does not talk. Don't.
Okay, so there is no voice for Yoda. All right,
no.
Okay, all right. So
Grogu doesn't need a voice.
That's true. I mean, he is
murder. That's
well, okay. So we got Jessica on. Jessica, we will have more stuff on Patreon starting in early next year. I know I got way behind, me and Greg did, so we will be better about having new content up on the Patreon page very, very soon, starting next year. Also, Books of X. Me and Kelly will be on the pilot episode, I think.
Oh, about together?
Yes, I think we're going to be on together.
Okay. Neil needs to tell me what I need to look at.
Yeah. We'll get our marching order. That's probably not going to start until the end of the first quarter. So.
No.
Really, thank you for your support. Truly, it is. So I'm so thankful. Thank you. You help keep the lights on. Patreon.com/SpideyDude Network. So, all right. Any final thoughts there, Kel? Before we.
I mean, really, just like I said earlier, like in our last actual Make My Mayday episode, just happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Obviously, we are currently going through a very extreme cold front for like I think 90% of the United States. So stay warm, drip your pipes if they're not well insulated. Wrap pipes with rags, as most Southerners have to do. And hopefully everyone stays warm and healthy and safe, because I don't like cold.
Oh, I don't I don't like cold either, and I live like right on the coast, so like
that's where I am right now. That's why it's like you understand, like it should not be this cold.
No.
Like, Lucy refuses. So my mom's dog, so the French bulldog Lucy, refuses to go outside right now unless she absolutely has to. Like you have to pick her up and take her. Because
it looks at you forlornly like, why?
Yeah, no, yeah, like she keeps looking at everybody like, can't you change the weather? Like, what? Why would you do this to me?
So I got
Too cool.
Daisy May. She is like straight up sideways, passed out because they are over this too. Like
No,
when the front came in, like you could hear the front pushing through with the winds, and I had them outside for a brief minute, and then they're like,
they need sweaters.
yes, I'm going to get them some sweaters. They need new collars and sweaters and things like that. So that's probably what they're going to get from Santa Claus. And so Vinkman's not here, but he'd be freaking out because here comes Waylon because he heard me do the barking thing. So
Well, should have known. That's okay. But yeah, so oh wait. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope you guys stay safe and warm.
yes,
And then obviously I can't remember what date we agreed on last episode, but I will look it up. But early January, we will start back with brand new May, which is going to be 5 issues. So I should probably send you the show notes there. We've got a lot of fun things down the pipeline. I don't know what you want to announce in that, but
yeah. So more Make My Mayday. More
ah,
Spidey. Did I say? More Make My Mayday.
you
Yep.
did. No, there's a delay on my end, I think, or somewhere. There's a delay somewhere.
Okay. Uh, more
Yeah.
more Spidey to experience. Um, more Salvi Cinema era podcast that's covering Inferno, which kind of ties into the dark web stuff. So if you want to hear our takes and Chris's takes on the Inferno stuff, you can go listen to Salvi Cinema era podcast where we talked about that. And so much more. So we got more shows coming in 2023.
Yeah.
And
If you have sent us letters, we will our emails. We will read them. But while we're on break, again, send us an email at makemymayday@gmail.com. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. Leave us 5-star review. You can't really like write anything on Spotify, but you can leave us 5 stars. I think that's it.
I am going to make sure that all the feeds on Spotify are updated. I'm about to email them literally right now because Voices from the Area is not updating on Spotify, and I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Also, leave us a voicemail, 818-925-6631, and we will play it on the next program. So, yes, as always, you can go support the show, patreon.com/SpideyDude Network. So thanks for those that are watching us live on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you guys for watching us, and we will see you guys in 2023. I will be a year older officially because me and Stan Lee share a birthday. It's 28th. So happy 100th to you, Stan. Happy 100th to you, Stan, and 35th to me next Wednesday. So we'll see you guys next time. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.